go.
Some people in this country say that the only way to stop mass shootings and overall gun violence is to ban the guns, or put so much gun restrictions on guns so that it's impossible for law-abiding citizens to even get a gun. But why take the guns away from law-abiding citizens? Sure, the claim of banning guns or restricting them means there will be less criminals with guns. That sounds right? And that may even be true. But the fact is that criminals don't abide by the law. So why would they give their guns away and not buy their guns illegally? So what's going to happen is that criminals are going to keep their guns, and they're going to get more of their guns illegally. And law-abiding citizens, they're going to lose their guns or they can't get it, and they won't be able to defend themselves against the criminals. There are more guns in America than there is people, so a criminal won't have a hard time getting his or her hands on a gun. A criminal can also build his own gun or even an explosive device. An example of this device are pipe rifles and pipe bombs, and there are many more homemade weapons you can make.
More people die each year from drug overdose than gun deaths. 40,000 people overdose each year, and there has been 30,000 gun-related deaths per year by firearms. 65% of those deaths are by suicide. 15% are by law enforcement in the line of duty and justified. 17% are through criminal activity, gang and drug related to or mentally ill persons. 3% are accidental discharge deaths. According to a recent study by Johns Hopkins, more than 250,000 people die each year from medical mistakes, making the third most leading deaths of Americans.
If not careful, history will repeat itself. And history shows that when there is no guns, the government can easily take control of the people. An example of this is when Hitler took control and he was able to kill 6 million Jews and millions of his men and women. They couldn't defend themselves.
In France of November 13, 2015, there was a terrorist attack that killed over 130 people and injured hundreds more. The terrorists were armed with assault rifles and explosives, targeted 6 locations across the city. Now remember, France has a lot of gun restrictions and gun control that makes it almost impossible for a person to get a gun. So how did this happen? Almost every mass shooting has occurred in a gun-free zone, if not all. A huge reason being is that criminals want to do as much damage as they can as fast as possible with as little as resistance as possible. So why get the majority and take their guns away, also knowing that law-abiding citizens are not allowed to have their guns to protect themselves from the criminals? So it can be easier for the criminal to do their job. Why would you do that?